we're going to start podcasting right now.
Let's podcast right now.
Are we recording this? Are we live?
Are we going?
Are we being broadcast over the airwaves right now?
First of all, can you tell us that you can tell that Kristin and Jen got a new set of microphones?
Yes, please tell us, because we love getting your comments. Please rate, please review. Even if you want to say things like your mics suck, or I can hear you chewing food and it's disgusting, or
we don't encourage those comments. Also, if anybody just wants to say, you guys sound very pretty.
We're on all the socials. Sometimes we're on Twitter and we're working on TikTok. I think I was going to tell you, I'll tell you off the podcast. I think I figured Twitter out.
Twitter
why I hate it and how I can
thing.
love it. Yeah.
Twitter.
No, I mean TikTok.
TikTok. You guys, I don't know if you've read the news, but TikTok has now become the number one used internet source, or whatever you call it. Like, nobody uses Google anymore. They use TikTok.
And just like
Search
that,
engine.
I
It's
became
crazy.
95 years old. Everybody.
I'm into it.
I'm so, it moves so fast. That's all I'm going to say. It moves so fast. And my brain does not move that fast.
I feel like if TikTok offered a degree, I would have a PhD right now, just because it moves so fast and I do pick up information. It's rapid fire. It's like I'm going to be good at like 500 things at about a C- rate, but not good at anything that would actually matter.
I got to change my algorithm so I'm getting told how to do stuff better, because all I'm watching is like people doing dumb stuff in their car.
That's because your algorithm is my algorithm.
So that's why it's a nice mix between shirtless men and popping zits.
I know.
It?
I'm like, oh, so many popping zit videos. Jen's gonna know. I'm like trying to like speed through them really fast, but then one will come up and I'm like, God, that one's just going and going. And oh God, keep going.
So
Go. I know, it's so gross. It's so gross.
Not that it isn't satisfying, but
if it's a cyst, I can't watch it. If it's a zit, I'm liking it 1,000
cyst,
times.
you feel a little bit cheated.
I'm like cheated. That's a
it's like a fat note or something like that.
Yeah.
I know. So I love Twitter, because you're like Sound and Movement, and I like to read stuff. Here's a segue into what we had kind of talking about. But then the other segue is we need breaks from all of this,
all of it.
But
which brings us to our tour.
Our tour, for sure. Go to IMOMSOHARD.com, get tickets. We're going to be in a city near you. You need a getaway too?
Go get them. Here's what you do. You buy one for you, and you buy one that's extra that you're going to give to a friend, and you're going to make her night. You're going to be like, I got a ticket for you to come with me to a show. Make it happen. Let's go. IMOMSOHARD.com for tickets. We can't wait. Literally. We cannot wait.
Yeah.
We've been with our kids and it's been raining nonstop.
Oh, we're trapped inside
during this Christmas break.
Yeah. It's the only time I wish that it snowed, because you can like, it's like having foam padding everywhere. You can just send them outside and they're fine, right?
Snow is a
good
good time.
warm.
Rain stinks. It is. It's fun for a minute because it cleans everything up. And then it's just garbagey slosh that gets into your house and on your rugs, and you're in a bad mood.
Absolutely. Their clothes are ruined.
4 days in a row.
Yeah. It's a lot. So that there's that going on. And then, so I was going to say that I told our babysitter this week that, hold on. Does everybody hear my dog's collar? I hope so, because I want you to know what it's like to be in this chaotic place.
You should hear its face guard. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
It's perfectly fine. It's a face mask, and it's reasonable, and it's fine. But this dog...
We can go into that.
This dog is my
favorite. It's either that or
Jupiter.
He's going to be buried where the red fern grows, because that's what we've been advised of. So... And I love him too much, so he just has to Hannibal Lecter it.
You know what? I wear Invisalign.
Step 2, he's going to like get pulled in a dolly, like a moving dolly, one of those hand trucks. And he's so old that pretty soon he will.
He's going to Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah. You know what some people do when their dogs are nippy?
God. Is this the conversation you want to have with me right now? I'm a woman on the edge.
That feels mean.
Disgusting.
I've heard of that, yeah.
Oh, no. I thought you meant after death, like they stuff them or make them into a tree bark.
There's some kind of weirdo that does that.
Yeah,
I'm not,
sure.
Yeah.
I can't.
Well, okay, so I've started the story 14 times. I told the babysitter that I only read the news. And she was like, wait, what? They still have places to read the news. I don't watch the videos. I don't like it because I don't feel like you get as much information. Mm-hmm. I read the news articles. And when a video comes up on Instagram or TikTok, I read the subtitles. I don't ever have the sound on. My sound on my phone is always turned off. That is what kind of weird 95-year-old woman I am at this point. I don't.
Meanwhile, I'm the opposite. I'm like, how can I get fake fast news faster and only read half titles and sound like I know what I'm talking about? Like,
Yeah,
I could be like, do you guys read that article about that? And then people will be like, that literally was not true. I'm like, but do I sound kind of smart?
Did you watch the article?
Did you watch the article?
Did you watch somebody say the article?
Did you watch somebody talk about the article? Because I did for 15 seconds, and then there was a zip popping, and that was way cooler. That's why I'm a way happier person, because we have the same theory. We don't watch the news. I told my husband, who's very into the news, I said, man, just order the newspaper. At least our kids will see you reading something instead of being on your phone. Like, let's just try for that. And I'll tell you, it's been a better experience having the newspaper delivered and having to get your news that way. Because the kids,
I think that's a good idea.
I mean, how old are you if you're like, I clipped it out of the paper? We're doing that.
I love it because I worked at newspapers
Newspaper
forever.
clipping
I'm
is the
obsessed with
greatest
them.
sign of love.
Yeah.
I send you TikToks. That's a love language. If I send you a newspaper, clipping, you and I are getting married. Like, no doubt.
I used to work for this couple, and there are people listening who will know who this is, but they were millionaires. They owned like all these companies. And the wife, whenever she saw somebody's name that she knew in the newspaper, she would clip out the article, the headline, all the stuff, and she would decoupage
God bless
a terracotta plant holder for them, like every single person, and then put candy in it. Is that the best ever?
No one knows. That's why I tell my kids, I'm like, write a letter. Write
Yes.
a real letter, because getting real mail. So they always write letters to
Oh, they
Dashiell
do.
and Delilah.
Oh my gosh, there's
And
nothing
it's like
better than
it's like the
mail.
coolest thing to get mail that isn't like, hey, a real estate agent in your area is sniffing around your door.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I do find those.
That writing is a love language, which I get it, and they understand that. But then my love language is, let's buy him a shiny T-shirt when we're traveling. That's my love language.
My love language is TikToks and sensible shoes. It's
Yeah.
fine. We all have our own thing.
Well, I was on Twitter and I saw this tweet that I loved, and it spoke so much to me, and it's been shared like a zillion times, which really brings us into this topic.
Yeah.
It was me when I'm packing for a vacation. Should I bring one French horn or 4? Now, I am paraphrasing, but that is exactly me, where I'm like, you know what I might do? Take up yoga on this
Yeah.
trip. I mean, I already do yoga, but I'm not going to do it on the vacation.
You're like, but I
don't
should
need
bring
to bring
it.
the
You
blocks.
never know. You never know. I should bring the bells. I should
Yeah.
bring the bells, because what if we're all sitting
My
around and
kettlebells, yeah.
by a fire and we want to play the bells? We should
yeah.
have some bells.
You know, I got this
Bongos. I should bring the bongos.
One of those sound bells, sound bath bells for Christmas a couple of years ago. Let me bring that, because who knows? You bring all this stuff that you absolutely don't need and are never going to use. And we're packing to go skiing. And the temptation for me to bring like that we might be stranded in the Arctic is so there.
You're like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to organize my coupons. That's what
Yeah,
I'm going to cut out coupons while I'm
they're
there.
going to have weird shops there.
Yeah, you know what? So I should get print out a lot of coupons so I can clip them while I'm there and organize
Maybe
them.
there's a Big Lots by the mountainside.
Maybe
There's
there
not
is.
one. No.
I mean, if we're snowed in, I should have a discount code, right?
Absolutely. What if I want to buy a sled? I'm not going to
I'm
buy
not gonna
that
buy a
at
full
like
boat?
No, I'm
we're
not a
gonna-
fool. That's exactly the way that I pack. And my husband's like, we're going skiing for 5 days, 4 days. Why does everybody need the largest legal suitcase that you can carry
And
onto
I
a
could
plane?
not be more opposite.
I know.
100%.
It's better.
Here's what I've learned. Okay, so when I was, in my young 20s, I had never been to Europe. And I was like, I want to go to Europe more than anything. And I had a friend who lived in Switzerland. I got to Switzerland and I was annoyed and bored. And so I got on a train to Paris. And all my friends were like, well, you've got to pack because you don't know what you're going to wear. What if you go out? And it was the Jen packing. They were like, you need this. So I took 2 suitcases and a backpack. And I was so mad because I didn't even have 2 suitcases really of clothes to take. So I basically I had Carhartt overalls in there if I needed them, in case I was going to farm.
case
I
you
had
were
a
gonna overhaul
sequins
an
dress.
engine or something,
Who
like-
knows if I'm going to go to an opening of a galleria? I don't know.
I don't know. If this were Sex in the City, probably when you
Maybe.
went, that's what you were
But
thinking.
guess what?
like,
Sex in the City has people that carry your bags. So
Yeah.
I got to his apartment and I realized I don't want any of this stuff or the guy that owns this apartment. So
None of that stuff.
I was like, you know what, dude? I'm going to come back for this stuff at the end of my trip. Just put it in this closet. I'm out of here. And I took the smallest backpack and I took 2 t-shirts, 2 pairs of pants, like 1 extra pair of shoes. And the rest was just cameras and whatever I needed, backpack, happiest I've ever been. So I learned from there that I don't need a lot of stuff to be happy. I need mobility. And thank God I had that mentality when we went to New York, because our hotel room was the size of a postage stamp.
Yeah, Kristin just got back from a family trip. I'm going on one. They went to New York. And listen, every mom out there knows, if you are going someplace cold, if you're going anywhere that's a different climate than what you're used to or than the season that you're in,
oh my God,
it's a whole deal.
It's a whole deal. But
you got to borrow clothes.
Yeah, but you know what was great? Okay, so I'm not a travel blogger, but I do feel like
you know what she is, and this is how I find out, you guys. It's so rude, Kristin. She's got a successful side gig.
KK vacay. That's the same.
The KK vacay.
It's the travel blogging at its finest. I have 12 followers. But I do think that like people love to give advice, and I did a post about wearing a puffer, and it was so much fun because New Yorkers are feisty and they want to give you advice. And like this time of year that I was going, they were like, could be really cold, could be really nice. Jury's still out, like could be raining, could be snowing, could be cold. Try packing for that with like a small suitcase and you've got 2 kids and a giant husband. You're like, what do we do?
Yeah, and also when you went, it was like, could be a CDC suit, could be a moon suit, could be a light mask or nothing.
Right. Like, they're like, who knows what you're going to wear? You're going to wear saran wrap. You're going to wear whatever. All I knew is that New York is beautiful during Christmas. I wanted to go somewhere with the family. You and I had been working a ton. I felt like I put the trip together really fast. So there's some things you can't do when you put a trip together fast, and that's be picky and save money. So I
think you barely ever end up saving anything.
You don't really.
I have thoughts on that.
But I think of like a mom who's like really watching the pennies and trying to be budgetarily conscious. You can plan a trip like a year out and you're going to save money. The way I did it, where I did it within 24 hours, and like. We're not staying at the Ritz. We're like in Midtown at a hotel that it was fine. It was fine.
All New York hotels are pretty tiny.
Literally, you open the door and it hits the toilet, and then you go to the left and there are like kind of 2 beds, and there were full beds, and my husband's 6'3", which was hilarious, and they were basically like futons. Who cares? But the point is, we had hard sized suitcases, and that's kind of it. So here was the great part.
Just one suitcase.
One little suitcase per person. Wow. But here's the best part of that.
I'm breaking out into hives. Shut up, dog.
Yeah, dog. Stop having a totally normal reaction to having fur.
You don't understand podcasting.
Here's the best part of that trip.
It's because he's a rescue.
Well, he's wonderful. You just what?
I need a dog that's bred for podcasting.
My dog, which is like,
do you
have a pulse?
Do you take him? That dog would last about 15 minutes in your house.
I don't think you're right. I think Jupiter might be like, you know what? I'm just going to go back out here and smoke a cigarette and lay down. And do you have any problems with that? And I'll be like, no, absolutely. I don't. Just, don't fight anybody. Don't fight my neighbor, because I've got that one. So we did go we went on the trip. I had one thing planned that was like a big deal, and that was to go to Hamilton.
Oh, boy.
And boy, did I pull out the stops to get those tickets. Paid so much money. I was like, this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing.
Yeah.
The kids have never been to New York. Hamilton's so special. I wanted them to see it. We wanted to see it on Broadway. First time ever on Broadway. So I was like, this is the thing I'm going to pull the trigger on and pay the money, because and by the way, this is not me talking BS. I'm such a you two, we're such theater supporters, live performance right now. People are taking such a hit. Yep. Just go, be safe, do whatever you need to do, but go buy a ticket to something. So we were very excited.
Go buy a ticket to IMOMSOHARD, you guys.
Yeah, IMOMSOHARD would help everything. So we get to New York, and it's not cold. It's perfect weather. It's like the most... Picture us. I've never been happier, to be wrong, but half of our clothes are just winter weather clothes. So the kids are literally, every picture looks like it's the same day, because we wore the same clothes.
I know, that's what happens. And that's what happens.
They were disgusting. We should have gone to a laundromat, but I was like, I'm not doing that. So we go, and the only thing that took up half the suitcase was clothes to Hamilton, to which when we got there got canceled because of Omicron breakout. Yep. And we spent...
We're going to Dave and Buster's. Put on your fancy outfit.
That's
you guys.
100%. I go, nobody needs to worry about their Hamilton clothes. Everybody needs to go to Central Park where we're going to ice skate for 4 days in a row. And that's all we did in New York City. We ate pizza. We ate bagels. We went to New York, the park, and hung out. But here's the best part of the whole trip. Our kids are now of the age that there was a hotel bar. And by the way, the hotel's so small that like I feel like you could have opened the door, put your hand out, and there was the bar. It was so small that we got...
It was also where the continental breakfast was served.
They're like, here's the breakfast, here's the bar, here's parking.
Right next to the cereal machine is the beer on tap.
Yeah, we were happy to have it, man.
Careful
we were
of the
happy
toaster.
to have it. And they had a wine, like every night at 6:00, you could go have wine in the bar lobby.
Oh,
And
the
I
free? Yeah, that's
And I go,
a real
Colin,
happy
you know
hour
I'm not
hotels.
missing that. That's $14 right in your pocket. So
Absolutely.
we're going to do that.
As
They were
good
like,
as
oh,
cash.
the Sweeneys are back. we're like, you got a bigger pour than that, sir?
You've had enough nuts, ma'am.
They're like, stop putting stuff in your pockets. I'm like, well,
She's got a shirt that says that. I've had enough nuts, thank you.
it's my memoir. It's the name, title of my memoir. But we got in there. We got to oh my God, I have fake eyelash in my eye. Listen to that.
Oh, that's the worst.
But we put the kids in the room, and they're messed up with time, so it's early for them.
Oh, yeah.
And we
Out
were
like
like,
lights, I bet, yeah.
oh, we go, hey, are you guys good to just watch your iPads or a TV movie? And we go, and they're like, knock yourself out. That's what Finn said. You kids knock yourself
goes,
out.
knock yourself out.
So we go down to the bar. We're gone an hour, and I'm still like, oh, is that okay?
Also sounds like the start of a really great movie.
I wish.
Adventures
we
in
go back up.
Babysitting.
Guess what happens? We go back in. Finn is so old man passed out, like a tree trunk just laying in the bed. And Eleanor's like, what are you guys up to? And I'm like, you're supposed to be asleep. There's no chance.
Hold on. I'm finishing season 3 of Say Yes to the Dress.
She's like, I've
Don't
watched
worry.
a lot of episodes of
By the
Friends.
way, the Chablis is terrible. It needs chilled.
She's got like room service. She's got
Yeah.
But it was really fun to know that we could sneak away and
Yeah.
everybody was okay. It was like that perfect age where I was like, all right, we used to sit out in the hallway of the Holiday Inn we were sitting in and listen through the door, and now we're kind of like further down, and we fully snuck out. It was great.
I'm not a travel snob. I have friends that are absolutely.
I'm a little bit. Do you think I'm a travel snob?
No, I don't think that you are at all. I think you and I are like,
I think we're the same.
I think if I said to you, you and me and Colin and Britt are going to go to the Super Bowl. There's only one room. We would split 2 queen size beds in a room.
100%.
And we would just have it be a funny story.
Yeah.
But
My husband
now,
should listen to this, and he will literally, he'll be like, is that a
It's a
plan?
great way to save money.
Is that a plan?
Yep, let's do that. We can
plan?
really
We're
score
gonna
the
do that?
tickets. Yeah. I mean, I think because you and I are like, this is temporary, whatever. But I feel like going on a family vacation with kids is so much work. Like
It
you're
is.
doing all the stuff without all of the resources of home and like having to track
Yes.
down stuff that like
And it's hardest for mom. It's hardest for mom.
we split the hard for sure because Britt always gets up with the kids.
I know I have to say Colin does too, but I do think we internalize like if something gets missed in the suitcase, I think the guys are like, yeah, we can just go buy a hat.
Well, I'm
But
for
like,
sure.
Oh, but I had a hat.
Sneezed.
sneezed.
He sneezed. He's allergic
he's
to what I'm saying or
he's coughing.
something. So he always does breakfast for the kids, and that if you're at a hotel that doesn't have that, that's a big old pain.
It's a big pain.
So like I'm going to do the packing, and like tomorrow I do the packing, and I have in my head, I'm going to go in the morning to the grocery store
Yep.
and get
Smart.
all the like breakfasty stuff that we need, and then I'm also going to make. I think you'll find this genius. He's going to say no for some reason. He'll find out why it's not. But I'm going to make chili in the morning, and I'm going to freeze it, rock hard, freeze it. Why?
Because you
us for
don't want
dinner.
to do that work. Go buy damn dinner. You deserve it. Go. You don't need to be working so
will,
hard.
But for like lunches and stuff.
You know
But
what? You're gonna be
he's
skiing
patronizing
there.
us both at the same time.
No, he's agreeing with me. But here's what I do
We
think.
for sure will go out.
Go get bagels. Make sure
Yeah.
they're cut. Get some cream cheese if the kids like that. Get sugared cereal if they like that. Put some milk out on
They
the counter
don't
if they like that.
anything, Kristen. They like Hawaiian bread rolls.
Fine.
They
yeah.
like waffles. They like donuts.
Well,
What
can't
else
you
do
have
they-
that out on the
they
counter
like,
and say, don't bug me till 9
turkeys.
a.m.?
We're about that age. I think we keep forgetting, honestly.
They can do it.
Because I think we keep forgetting like how old they are and what they can do. Like I tried last time we went on a trip, which was just to go to San Francisco. It wasn't like a big trip to go and visit their grandma and grandpa. I was like, you got to bring your own suitcase, which letting a 6 and an 8-year-old pack their own suitcase means
that's a terrible
that
idea.
you will have 4 French horns in there.
Right.
You will
No,
have,
that's
like
packing is one thing. Carrying is another. I'm like, you better pack whatever you can carry, my friend.
I mean,
if you're small at 6, don't carry it. You don't need
my
it.
My penny collection, it's like, and they can't, like, it's such a bad idea to let them do that. But like, I'll forget in the morning when Dash is like, can I have orange juice? I'm like, your ass isn't broke. You can get up and go get it. Like,
yeah, I said you can have some orange juice. Get up and get some.
So yeah, I think we can like.
We forget what we did also because we're Gen Xers and like what our parents allowed us to do. Like I remember like making ramen at like 8 and like boiling water and like no one
on
saying
the stove. Yeah,
no one saying like, hey, that water can boil over. And my parents were just like, yeah, that's great. You figured that out.
Our microwave, they were really like, we think it gives off like microwaves. Like you could actually get sick from standing too close to it.
That was a very big thing.
Like use the stove. Like I remember making SpaghettiOs on the stove at a pretty young age.
I just think my parents were like, whatever you want to feed yourself that makes you stop asking me questions would be great because there's a game on.
This is my part of it that's where I get a little snobby about traveling. We're going to do an Airbnb, but it's an Airbnb, a condo in a thing that has restaurants and stuff like that.
Oh, that's nice.
That's ideal.
Nice.
That's
ideal.
As good as you can get because you do have a little kitchenette to like.
Which I do like with kids.
I don't like to call it a vacation and then go to just an Airbnb where you have to like dry towels all the time and like clean and stuff. Like I want housekeeping to come in, clean stuff up.
Well, you ain't getting that right now anyway because they can't do it because of COVID.
Well, you can ask for it.
You have to ask for it.
Which I don't ever do when it's just us traveling. Like
I do.
I don't, unless I need more towels or something.
I have terrible hotel luck. I'm the only person. I have literally gone into 4 rooms where there have been people in it. Who do you know has got a key that works on the door that goes in the room and there are people in that room that they gave me the wrong room? How many rooms have I had next to an elevator?
She's got really great parking karma,
luck.
But horrible hotel karma.
I've walked in and I've been like, look at that. All the carpet's wet. Not wet. Put your feet in it. 1 inch
somebody
of water.
was hoarding cats in this hotel
I'm waiting
room.
for one with a chalk outline and then I'm going to be like, well, there it is. There I've got, what else?
It's true. We've like come down, like met in the car to go to a show and Kristen's like, gosh, it's not bad, but like, what's with the homeless guy in your closet, right? And I'm like, what? What do you, like the worst hotel
or
ever.
The one in Texas where I did throw a fit, where I walked in and it did
smell like cat pee. Your room smelled like cat pee.
Little Hannah was with me and she was helping me bring in my bag and it smelled like cat pee. And I go, all right, we're not staying here. This is some garbage can bullshit place.
Yeah.
We're going to go to a nice place in San Antonio.
Although it did look like it had a great Mexican restaurant attached
I'll go to the
it,
restaurant.
but,
I don't need to sleep there.
We did. So my big thing now is not just that. I want to have the kids like a wall between us when we're sleeping.
Oh, that's a luxury we did not have.
When we were looking for a place to go skiing, I was like, I would like to sit up at night and have a glass of wine and watch movies with my husband. Aww. And that feels like a vacation because if we are like, and we've done it before where we're like, I've got one earbud in an ear and he's got another one and we're like watching something on the phone.
Yes.
Which is fine when they're babies, whatever. But now they're like 6 and 8. They can be in the other room and I need that.
I think they need it. I think it's great. I think it's a separation of church and state. You have a nice romantic night together. You get to hang out and be adults. And they're going to be so tired from the mountain. They're going to pass out. It's going to be great. It's awesome. Yep. I'm glad you did that. Yeah. New York is a different deal because you'd have to have like billionaire money.
Really
a second
pricey.
room, I'd be like, my kids can take an air mattress into the shower. before I will.
I do. And actually ski, like people who have been going to
skiing's expensive.
They've got it dialed in. Those are parents that like to have a good time in like the 70s. And they're like, we're going to transform this closet into 3 cots, like stacked on top of each other. Like that's what people do. They can take like a studio apartment and make it into a place
on the
for
mountain
like
the whole day.
Yeah.
They go to the mountain the whole day. And then, oh man, you go to the chalet or you go down to the base of the mountain. There's ice skating and warm drinks. It's the best.
Is there ice skating there? I should bring my skates.
Oh, you guys are going to Mammoth. I don't know about Mammoth, but I know about, don't pack your damn skates. Just rent them.
Yeah.
Jiminy Christmas.
They need sharpened anyway.
Did I just have an intervention and take your
How many pairs am I going to bring?
French horn?
I gotta bring my speed skates. I'm gonna bring my figure skates, and I'm gonna bring my thing just in case I just feel like doing patch again.
Jen's like, you know what? I'm gonna put my salon paws pads on first. Then I'm gonna put on my skating outfit. Then I've got one with fringe. And
I like a skirt. Just in case anybody wants to throw down, I want to be ready to have that. Can we make that movie?
Oh yes, we ice skated more than anything else in New York, and we had absolutely no idea or intention of ice skating at all, which just goes to show that like you kind of have to be fast and loose about whatever it is you're doing. And one person did say, and I think us moms who are all like a little bit frugal were like, well, I'm going to pack it so I don't have to buy it. But all the advice I got from New York when I bought my puffer coat, which were all so great and warm and lovely, they were like, hey man, you get there and it's cold. There on every corner, there's somebody selling $5 hats and $5 gloves. And I'm like, yeah, that's $10. Like, I'm going to buy those 2 things and be happy the whole trip, which I would have spent like so much more and probably bought like 18 at like whatever and tried to pack them. So I think everybody just, I don't think overpacking is the way to go. I'm an underpacker.
I'm going to try to not overpack. I'm sure I will be unsuccessful, but I really do like, I've learned with all the traveling that we do that kind of what I need is like my Toms, like a really comfy pair of shoes that I can kind of wear anywhere that just, they're like black and they blend in. And I don't, fight me. Leggings, I need them. I can sleep in them. I can work out in them. I can wear them. You just wear a long sweater, a long shirt with them.
I'm not a leggings gal.
I am.
I'm not. I'm like a jeans
but
person.
Jeans, you can just pack one pair of jeans.
I pack one pair of jeans. I've noticed a good hoodie that I can layer, especially if it's cold, is key.
Yep.
Because then I can wear like any t-shirt underneath. But like here's the one thing I do pack that nobody will care about, but I am obsessed is the Dyson Airwhip. I will literally take the Dyson hair dryer with me, like, and I will forego like an extra bra or whatever it is that needs to, not that my bras are that big. They're not.
She puts them in one of those old-timey steamers.
Listen, let's not bullshit. I'm wearing that same bra the whole time.
No, everybody is.
I do not care. I do not care about my bra if you're not seeing it. I don't care. I'm wearing some different drawers. I'm going to pack a bunch of drawers.
Yeah, I definitely overpack. I go 2 days over.
I don't like to do the inside out thing. You do it in a crunch.
Oh, people do that?
Gross.
I do. Of
course.
I always travel with those little packets of sink hand wash stuff so I can wash stuff in the sink.
I'm not doing that. That's too much work. Turn them inside out.
I also have a travel clothesline, which actually did come in really handy one time because when we went to Europe,
that is a good thing to have in Europe.
Oh my gosh,
we're not in Europe. We're in like Akron.
We were gone for so many days that it was literally all the clothes had baby vomit on them. Like everybody's did.
Oh, I'm sorry. She's burying the lead. Let me re-up this. Do you remember the time that you and your husband went on a trip to Scotland with your in-laws and you had an infant and a toddler?
Yeah. I do. And one of them always vomited every time you put them in a moving anything.
God bless you. I don't know how you guys did that. I was in an Adele concert and I couldn't have been happier.
I don't know how we did. We did it though. We did it. But I do remember it being really hard because the trip was really expensive and most of it was paid for us by
Of course
in-laws.
You're going to go. If my in-laws asked me to go, I'd be like, where do you great.
And you're going to pay for the flight and the hotel rooms. But
heck yes, I'm going.
You know, of course, then you're paying for like food and stuff like that. And if you like go to the museum, which we found this museum that was like great because the kids could play there. And, but it was like €7 to wash a shirt, which came down to like $5 a shirt. And I was like, no.
Hell no, I'm going to do that in my sink.
Nope. So we had this like hand wash soap. We did it in the sink and the entire bathroom.
I know you have a picture of it. We got to find it. It was fantastic.
It was covered in our clothes.
Oh man, and baby clothes. Are you kidding me?
You know the greatest insult too? Delilah sat on that empty suitcase and then pooped on it.
Well, she's
As if
going
to
bring,
say,
look,
screw you parents. You think
You
you've got
got it
anything
figured
figured
out?
out? You got
No.
nothing figured out.
they're all
No.
teaching us a thing or two, and they're always ahead of us. But here's the nice thing. As they do get older, even though they are more difficult,
They fight with you more.
They
They're more
fight with you
verbally
more.
difficult.
They can carry their own stuff most of
Yeah.
the time. The only time in New York that they couldn't carry their own suitcases is when it was my bright idea to do like trains back from the New York airport into our hotel because I thought it would take less time. I would like to strike that from the record and say, don't ever do that again. Just suck it up and get a van from somewhere that takes you to your hotel. But I was like, you guys, let's get on 30 trains, which is 14,000 stairs at the beginning of our trip. That was hard. But it was really fun to be in the subways.
New York, it's kind of hard to avoid it.
It really is. We
there's-
loved the public transport.
Yeah.
And we wear masks everywhere, and we were just being out in, I don't know, just New York. I love it so much. It
Yeah.
was so fun. It was good
that's-
for our family.
It's being somewhere else other than where you've been.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah. I have a hot flash.
Hot flash, hot flash. Hot flash.
I need to talk about Yellowstone.
Wait, because I'll get caught up. I'll make myself watch it this week. Because
Fine. But I just want everyone to stand by on a conversation about Yellowstone because I need to talk about it, but it's not going to be the direction you think. So all you listeners out there, go watch damn Yellowstone. Don't tell me what happens.
Everybody get caught up because I've watched a little bit of it, but I'm not enough to talk about. So
I can't. That's annoying. I can't. Okay, fine.
I know.
I'll stand
but
by,
I
stand
do-
by, stand by.
I have another hot flash,
Okay, go.
and we are going to absolutely have to tag him on our Instagram. And
Who?
don't get that excited. Or get that excited
I'm
because I
gonna.
love this guy.
Who is
like,
it?
You know how some people you're going to have like a comedy that's just a cool dude crush on?
Okay.
Probably not him either. No, just kidding. I don't know.
What?
He's not going to listen to this podcast.
What are you
either.
doing? Why are you building
Okay.
up this suspense? Tell me who this is right now.
I'll tell you that I saw this guy on TV and I'm like, is that the coolest, most out there dude I've ever seen?
not gonna
ever?
like him.
Nope, you're not. And I
Coolest
put
out there dude.
something
I'm going to be annoyed.
on Instagram stories, and there are so many women that were like, we love that guy.
Wait, let me see.
His name is Kyle Troop. He is
Oh, he's the bowler.
he is a professional bowler, you guys. Basically, every message we got was if Bob Ross
Okay.
and who's the other guy? Richard
do I
Simmons
feel about
had
this guy?
a baby. Okay, he wears those outfits on purpose.
Obviously.
He is like fully diving into the bowler, although his dad does have the same afro.
Okay, so here's what I say. If you clean this guy up, is he going to be like, is he a 7 right now because he's trying hard to be funny?
no.
Or is he a 10
He's a
trying to be a 7 so that we feel like we're on the same plane?
That guy looks like a really good. You want to party with that guy, don't you?
No, I kind of
Yes,
don't. No,
you
I
do.
don't. He's-
Why?
His outfit's dumb. And
He's getting sponsored. He's getting paid head to toe to wear that ridiculousness.
well, fine. If somebody's
He's got
going
a
to
good
pay me,
sense of humor.
By the way, if anybody does want to pay me to wear something from head to toe, I will absolutely do it.
Yep, go ahead and
Jen
message
will
our management.
absolutely.
You just
Jen
tell
will
us
absolutely
whatever
wear
you-
something head to toe. But here's what I'm saying: I would not want to date this guy because I would feel like it was always like a clown show. Ironic coming from me. I get it. But I love that he's like making like bringing
he's 30.
light.
He's 30 and
fine.
he's doing
I bet
that.
he's got the hottest girlfriend that doesn't make sense. I
He's
bet
king of the millennials right now.
he's killing it.
He absolutely is. I think he's a good time. I had no idea. My father-in-law put on bowling the other day, and I was like, because he will watch any sport if it is a
Oh
sport.
my God,
If
that's
it-
my husband. He's like,
Yeah.
you guys watching bocce ball? And I'm like, yeah.
That
no,
guy
we
would
are.
watch a show on ESP just in case it might.
I heard this thing
'Cause
that
it's close
that,
enough.
checks
Yeah.
the future is maybe related to the ESPN
and he's
app.
just going to wait for that N
yeah,
to
I'm
come
gonna
in.
wait.
That's
You guys,
all he
I'm
cares
gonna
about.
wait here. Do you guys foresee an N coming in?
So he's watching it, and I was like, wait, who is this guy? I deep dove him. I went just to see who he was.
I never dated a guy like that. That was like a wacky dude.
Oh.
They bugged me.
You've-
I needed someone that was a little mean to me.
Well,
That's why I got married.
I don't know if you've seen how my husband dresses or how your husband dresses when he's around my husband.
That's what I was going to say.
But it is this.
I
It's
know,
this,
but
and
I
love
have
it.
to get in front of that.
I know she will shut it down, and I will encourage it.
I
will
know,
be
and
like,
everyone's like, "Oh, you're not a good time." Look, my husband's a yes
No,
guy.
I think more women are in your shoes than my shoes, where they're like, "Don't embarrass me," and I'm like,
Well, because it's not
Don't
a
embarrass
small
me.
leap. Your husband convinced my husband to wear a onesie, and it was a nut
Rainbow?
hugger in
Yeah.
the Four Seasons, which
Yep.
we were never invited back to, and we'll never
Yeah.
get to go to again because we can't afford a full boat.
I mean, there is a fine line between Kyle Troop and the wealthiest Italian man you've ever seen in
It's
your
not
life.
untrue. You know that guy has more money than most of the guys that wear that crap.
You know who sponsors this bowler?
Who?
Lagerfeld.
God bless him. You know he's like
Shut
Versace.
up. Yeah.
For those are Versace pants. Those are Gucci top. Those are Gucci bowling shoes.
I just think he's a
Fine.
good time. And so many women were like, my husband and I love that guy. We watch him bowling
he's
all the time.
bringing eyes
He's
onto
like-
bowling, and you know
he's
what?
bringing eyes to
I'm
bowling.
going
Can
to
we
say
I'm a
something.
big
You have to be
bowling kid.
athletic to be a good bowler.
You do.
Yeah, I really think you
hold
do.
on, look at my husband.
Your husband's athletic. I think that you have
But
to
he's
be.
not a good bowler.
I'm a terrible bowler.
I'm a great bowler, so
I hate bowling.
maybe
in general.
you're wrong.
Here's the difference. I hate bowling, but I love bowling alleys.
yes.
You will meet the best people, especially if you're a single chick. Oh my God, bowling's so fun. It's just
Yeah.
like
Well, that's
shooting fish in a
you've
barrel.
never dated this guy.
I mean, listen, if a guy rolled in with his own ball, I was like, I don't know. But if like you're just at a bowling alley and some guy can bowl well and he's wearing like a hoodie and a pair of like jeans, I'm like, as soon as I see your shoe game, we're probably gonna make out.
Yeah, so a guy rolls into a bowling alley.
Totally.
And
Hey, what's up?
He's got a little bit of a grin to him.
Oh,
and he's got like
done. You're
a
done.
powder blue ball that says Sweetheart on it because that's the name of his.
All right, I'm having sex with him. You're fine. I just put out it was my 20s.
Yeah. Knew it.
I'm texting you, and I'm like, yeah, I slept with him. He had
I
his
knew
own
it. I
bowling
saw
ball.
that coming.
Said sweetheart. A guy with his own bowling ball that says sweetheart. I can't fight that.
It's confidence.
Yeah, it's confidence, and I'm into it.
There's the real BDE coming off.
Yep, I'm
My husband's getting Google that
husband.
right now.
What is that?
BDE,
Big dick.
big dick energy.
I knew it. That's what I thought. I was like, is this something I don't know? It's for sure. You ain't showing up to a bowling alley with a powder blue
That's why my
blue
husband
ball.
can wear ridiculous.
Look, I
outfits.
just went back on my word. I said if a guy showed up with his own ball, I would not like him. And now I'm like, I not only do I like him, I'm sleeping with him.
Yeah. Why is he not texting me back? It's not like he's
yeah,
a
like
10
I'm
and
over
I'm
in
a
the other
4.
lane. Like, hey, what's up? I've got the bumpers
fancy
up.
meeting you here on League Night.
Weird. You know what my name is? Sweetheart. What's up? That's how I rolled.
And he's like, I've got 3 fingers
I'm like, I like your finger
in
placement.
your thumb.
What? Gross. That's what I hate about bowling is that I always tear off a fingernail.
Yeah.
Because I'm aggressive. I don't have a good
And then you
follow
get
through.
staff. I get it.
Yeah, well,
get it.
you know what? And you're always like, let's bowl. I'm like, bowl and karaoke, the two things I've had to endure in the last
there
5
used to be a
years.
place in LA that had, and I'm shit you not, it was like bury me there, had karaoke,
And
it had
bowling.
bowling. Downstairs it had roller skating.
Now I'm in.
Yeah,
I'll roller
right?
skate any time of the week. But here's my problem. I'm fancy myself a fairly good roller skater, so I don't want to couple skate and I want to do like races.
Yeah, no, you got to do your own stuff.
Yeah.
You got to do it. Do you have a mom box? You can do a mom box?
I don't have a mom box. Do you have a mom box?
Let's be done.
Let's be done.
Let's be done podcasting, you guys.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We love you 2022. If we are nice enough, will you be nice to us?
Love.
Bye-bye.